Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're all doing well. Today we'll be taking a look at the Canada Child Benefit, or the CCB, and I'll tell you everything you need to know so you can maximize this tax-free benefit. I'll be talking about who can apply for the benefit, is it open to everyone, or is there an eligibility criteria? I'll also take you behind the scenes in terms of calculation so you can see how much you can actually get from this benefit. We'll talk about how to apply for the benefit, when to apply so you can maximize your claim, and what the payment dates are so you know exactly when to expect this money into your account. I'll also talk about the recent CCB changes and the impact it has on the payments you can expect to receive, and the provincial benefits. CCB is a federal portion, but there are also various provincial portions to this benefit as well. Whether you're new to the channel or you've watched my videos before, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on future money tips like this. This is going to be a jam-packed video with a whole lot of information, so I hope you're ready. Let's dive right in. First, let's start off with an overview. What exactly is a CCB, or the Canada Child Benefit? This is a monthly, pay attention now, tax-free benefit payment from the federal government administered by the Canada Revenue Agency. This benefit is based on income levels, meaning if you have a higher income, you'll get a lower benefit, and for those that have a lower income, you'll get a higher benefit. Specifically, it's based on your adjusted net family income from your most recent tax return, which is why it's so important for you to file your taxes on time every year so you don't miss out on benefits like this. The benefit period starts from July of every year. So the next benefit period starts from July 2021 and goes through June 2022. And this benefit period will be based on your 2020 tax return. So if you have not filed your tax return yet for 2020, make sure you get that done right away. Who can apply for the CCB? In order to be eligible for the CCB, families need to meet certain conditions. You need to live with a child, and the child must be under the age of 18. You need to be primarily responsible for the care and upbringing of the child. You also must be a resident of Canada. At least one parent, spouse, or common law partner needs to be a Canadian citizen, a permanent resident, or at least a temporary resident, meaning you've lived in Canada for the last 18 months. If you had a baby but didn't file your taxes, can you still apply for the CCB? Here's the inside scoop on how it works. The CRA calculates the eligibility for CCB in July, and that information comes directly from your tax return. In order to qualify for CCB payments, parents need to file their taxes every year, to either start receiving payments or to continue receiving payments. If an eligible parent does not file a tax return, even if you have no income to report, the CRA can't calculate the correct CCB amount. So that means your payments will stop coming in August. And if you've never applied for the CCB, that means you won't receive anything at all. Now, what if you filed your taxes late? Will you still get your CCB? This is for all you late tax filers out there. Once both parents file their tax returns, not only will you start to receive your CCB payments, but they'll also be retroactive. This means you'll receive your CCB payments for any months that were missed because of late filing. If you stop or start sharing custody of your child with the other parent, you have to let the CRA know as soon as possible, because this will impact your CCB payments. So now that we have an overview of how the CCB works and how it's related to your tax return, let's take a deep dive behind the calculation. How much can you actually expect to receive from these CCB payments? There are a variety of factors that will influence the amount of CCB that you can expect to receive. One of them is the number of children you have. 2, the age of your children. 3, your marital status. And number 4, your adjusted net family income. In general, if your family net income is below $32,028, you'll get the maximum CCB for each child. This will not be reduced. For each child under the age of 6, you can expect $6,833 per year paid out in monthly installments. For children between the ages of 6 and 17, you can expect $5,765 per year, again, paid out in monthly installments. In general, that's the concept behind the CCB. But let's do a live detailed example so you can get a better understanding of how CCB works. And later, you can use the exact same CCB calculator that I'm about to show you to estimate your own CCB payments for your own personal situation. So here's the Child and Family Benefits Calculator. I'll leave a link for this calculator in the description of this video so you can play around with it whenever you want. Here's a quick disclaimer about the calculator. This is available for your convenience. The reliability of the results depends on the accuracy of the information you enter. So let's hit I accept. Go ahead and choose your tax year. So in this case, I'm going to do 2020. Pick your residency status. I'm going to leave I live in Canada. For the province, I'm going to use Ontario. and marital status will set to married. Hit next. Next, it'll ask you, how many children do you have? For this example, I'm going to go ahead and use 1. Enter your date of birth, enter your spouse's date of birth, hit next. Here you can enter the first name of your child if you want. This is an optional step. However, you do have to enter their date of birth. So let's say your baby was born earlier this year on March 1st of 2021. Is this a qualified disabled dependent? No. Shared custody? No. Add child. There you go. Now you have 1 child added for this calculation. Hit next. Next, it'll ask you to enter information from your 2020 tax return because that's the option I selected at the very start. Here you have to enter your net income. This comes from line 23,600 directly from your tax return. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and use 50,000. Same thing, enter your spouse's net income. Again, same thing from line 23,600. The spouse net income we'll use is 25,000. And if you have anything from line 117 or line 125, this is where this would go here. And same thing, line 213 and line 232. From your spouse's tax return, you will enter that here. In this case, I'm going to leave this blank and hit next. Next, as a resident of Ontario, you're eligible for additional benefits administered by the CRA on behalf of the Ontario provincial government. So if you want to find out more about these additional benefits, you can enter this information right here or leave it blank if you just want to focus on the CCB payments. I'm going to leave this blank because I'm just looking for the CCB amount. You live in Northern Ontario? No. Student residence? No. The Canada Workers Benefit is for low-income individuals and families who have earned employment income or business income. You can choose to look into this by answering additional questions. I'm going to leave this blank because, again, I'm just looking for the CCB amount. Hit next. There you go. Based on the information I've entered, the estimated CCB amount is $4,037.52. This is the annual amount. The actual amount that hits your bank account on a monthly basis is this right here, $336.46. Now, because the family income was $75,000, I'm not eligible in this scenario for the Ontario Child Benefit amount, so I'm just receiving the federal portion. And if I had entered additional information, I could also see if I'm eligible for the GST credit and these additional Ontario benefits. So that's one example. I'm going to do a second example if your income is on the higher end of things, and what if you have multiple children? So let's run that example. I'm going to go ahead and do start again. Same thing, leave the tax year as 2020, live in Canada. But in this case, let's go ahead and choose another province. Let's do British Columbia. We'll leave the marital status as married. I'm going to change this to 2 children. Next. And because I'm reusing my calculation from the beginning, it already has information from the first child. So now I'm going to go ahead and enter information on the second child. Again, no disability, not in shared custody. Let's add this child. So now I have a total of 2 children. Hit next. I'm going to go ahead and change the income and make the spouse net income higher, and we'll put this at 100,000. So this should give us a total family net income of 150,000. Again, nothing in here, but make sure you check with your own tax return to see if these 2 options apply. Same thing, I'm going to go ahead and skip the Canada Workers Benefit. Now notice now my annual amount for 2 children is $2,959.44. The monthly amount is $246.62. So because my net income is now $150,000 for the family, once your income passes a certain threshold, you can see a considerably lower amount in your CCB payments. And that's what I mentioned at the start of the video. The higher your net income, the lower the benefit. The lower your family net income, the higher the benefit. So that's how you can estimate your own CCB payments for your situation. Just use that calculator, enter the information from your tax return, and you'll get an idea of what you can expect. Now let's talk about when and how to apply for the CCB. First, the when. You should apply for the CCB as soon as any of the following situations happen. Your child is born, a child starts to live with you or returns to live with you after a temporary period with someone else, you begin and or change a shared custody arrangement, you get custody of your child, you or your spouse or common law partner start to meet the eligibility conditions under who can apply. And those conditions on who can apply I covered earlier in the video. At the start of the video, I talked about how the CCB is a federally run program, but there's also various provincial programs as well. Having said that, you do not need to apply separately. Again, you do not need to apply separately for the related provincial or territorial programs. The CRA has made this very easy for you. They will determine your eligibility for the various provincial and territorial programs as soon as you apply for the CCB. So that's the when. Now, how do you actually apply for the CCB so you can get your hands on this tax-free money? There are 3 ways to apply for the CCB. The first, through birth registration. You can apply for CCB when you register the birth of your newborn. In most cases, registration is done by paper at the hospital or birthing center. Residents of Ontario, Quebec, and British Columbia also have the option to register online. If you take this route, you will receive your CCB payments within 8 weeks of application. Option number 2 is through your online CRA account. If you did not apply for CCB when you first registered your newborn, you have the option to apply using your personal CRA account. The steps to applying online through the CRA are also very quick and easy. First, you log into My Account, go to Apply for the Child Benefits, confirm your contact information, your marital status, and your citizenship. Add your child's name, gender, date of birth, and place of birth. Review and submit your application. Now, if you're asked to submit additional documents, go to Submit Documents in My Account. The processing time for this option is also 8 weeks. Now, for whatever reason, you didn't apply through option 1 or you didn't apply through option 2, what other option do you have? Option number 3, apply by mail. This option is a little bit more manual. You'll have to fill out and sign Form RC66, which is a Canada Child Benefits application form. You may have to submit additional documentation if any of the following situations apply. You then take this application and mail it to your tax center. The processing time for this option is 11 weeks. So now you know what exactly is a CCB, how to apply for the CCB, when to apply for the CCB, and the calculation behind the CCB. Do you want to know what exactly does that money, that tax-free money, hit your bank account? Well, here it is. This is a payment schedule for all of 2021. You'll notice that you can expect to receive the money in your bank account between the 18th and the 20th of each month, except for December, when the government pays out a little bit early on the 13th of the month. So this is the CCB program in a nutshell and how it works. But the federal government has made some changes to the CCB that you should know about. Because of COVID-19, the government is making additional CCB payments throughout 2021. You could receive up to $1,200 in additional tax-free money for each child. That's right, an additional $1,200 per child in tax-free money. If your family net income is less than $120,000, you can expect $1,200 per child under the age of 6. If your family net income is higher than $120,000, you won't be left out. You'll still receive some of the benefit. But in this case, it will be $600 for each child you have under the age of 6. So when do you receive this extra cash? The first payment will be made on May 28, 2021, and it will include half the extra money you're entitled to. So let's say if you're entitled to $1,200, you'll receive $600. If you're entitled to $600, you'll receive $300 on May 28. The remaining half will be split into 2 payments, which will go out on July 30th and October 29th of 2021. If you have already signed up for CCB, you do not need to take any additional steps. Just make sure you have filled out your 2019 and your 2020 tax returns. You can see why it's so important to make sure you file your taxes even if you have no income on a timely basis. If you're not sure how to file your taxes at all, I have a video which shows you how to file your taxes online for free from scratch. I'll guide you every step of the way on what to fill out, how to fill out, and exactly what you need. So make sure you check out this video if you want to know how to file your taxes. The additional payment in May will be based on your family net income on your 2019 tax return. The July and October extra payments will be based on your 2020 family net income. I get this question quite a lot. What can you actually use the CCB payments for? Are there any restrictions on the money? The CCB is meant for your child, but since they're minors, the CRA is trusting you, their parent, to spend it where your child needs it the most. Most families use this money as part of their budget. They use it on things like school supplies, on clothing, on food. If you have money left over from the CCB payments, the other option is to put the money into your child's RESP account for their future use. The other thing I get asked about quite often is that what if you have a tax bill? Does the CCB automatically get deducted by the CRA? If you happen to owe money to the CRA, your CCB will not be deducted or reduced to pay your tax bill. The CCB payment is put in place to help you with the immediate costs of raising a child and won't be automatically deducted to pay down your tax debt. As long as you file your tax return by the tax deadline, you'll continue to receive your CCB payments even if you have an outstanding tax bill. Finally, if you're not receiving CCB, but you know you should be, what should you do? Apply as soon as possible. You should apply for the CCB payments as soon as your child is born or as soon as you become your child's primary caregiver. So that way you don't miss out on any payments. You can apply for the CCB by using the automated benefits application. You can apply to the CRA account, or you can apply using the RC66 form. But whatever option you use, make sure you apply right away. You can also visit the CRA website for more information on the Canada Child Benefit. As a bonus, for making it this far into the video, I'm going to talk about the provincial child benefits. Each province has their own version of the Canada Child Benefit, so I'll quickly run through some of those options. If you live in Ontario, it's called the Ontario Child Benefit, or the OCB, and this OCB is also a tax-free payment to help low to moderate income families provide support for their children. The OCB payments are delivered with the Canada Child Benefit in a single monthly payment. For July 2021 to June 2022, you may be eligible to receive $122.83 per month for each child under the age of 18. If your adjusted family net income is above $22,504, you will still receive a partial benefit. If your family net income is below this amount, you'll get this full benefit. If your family net income is above this amount, you'll get a partial benefit until the benefit is zero. In BC, the calculation is a little bit more involved. It's still a tax-free monthly payment to families. It's still combined with the CCB into a single payment. However, if your family net income is below $25,000, you'll get the following payments. If your family net income is between $25,000 and $80,000, your BCOB is reduced by 4%, but you'll still get the following amounts. Now, if your family net income is over $80,000, you see another 4% reduction until your benefit is reduced to zero. In Alberta, same concept as BC, you'll receive the following payments as long as your family net income is below $24,000. If you're between $24,000 and $41,000, you'll receive a partial benefit. So in a nutshell, that's Ontario, BC, and Alberta, but each province has their own program, and you can click through this list to learn more. I'm sure that was a lot of information, but life with a little one means expecting the unexpected. But making sure your paperwork is up to date with the CRA, it will help make sure you get the most out of the Canada Child Benefit and other credits and deductions you are eligible for. Thank you so much for watching. This channel would not exist without your love and your support. So do me a favor, check out the links in the description of this video. I have offers for multiple sign-up bonuses and discounts. Every click directly helps support the channel so I can continue bringing more content like this. Do you have questions for me? Feedback on this video, or maybe you have ideas on future content? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And while you're at it, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It's a huge deal for me. It lets me know you want to see more content like this. That's it for now. I'll talk to you in the comments.